Hey everybody, today's Time for Kids activity has to do with roadway crossings for animals. In a lot of states, animals get hit by cars as they're trying to cross the road. So this article is about some people that are working to create solutions so animals can safely cross highways and not get hit by cars. It's really interesting in this article because a large part of it is about I-90 right here in Washington State. If you've ever driven from the western side of the state where we live over to Spokane or anywhere on the eastern side of the state, you've probably driven across I-90. You might have even seen one of these animal crossings. So it's really interesting for us to read this article because it really relates to our own personal lives here in Washington. So I'm going to go ahead and read the article. If you want to follow along and read with me, feel free. If not, you can read the article on your own, so you can pause this video, read it on your own, and then follow along for instructions at the end of the video. Enjoy!
Safe Travels. People are building roadway crossings to protect animals from vehicles. Patty Garvey Darda loves pikas. They are small mammals related to rabbits. I think they are about the cutest animals alive, she told Time for Kids. Garvey Darda is a wildlife biologist. She works for the United States Forest Service. She wants to protect pikas and other creatures from a common threat, vehicles. The Federal Highway Administration says more than 1 million roadway accidents involving animals happen in the U.S. each year. These collisions hurt wildlife and people. One solution to the problem? Wildlife crossings. In the U.S. and around the world, bridges and underpasses are being built to help animals safely cross roads. Global solution. Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, has one of the most successful wildlife crossings. Completed in 2014, these include 38 underpasses and 6 overpasses, or bridges. They prevent the park's animals from being hit while crossing the Trans-Canada Highway, which bisects the park. Parks Canada says the crossing system has reduced collisions with wildlife by more than 80%. People study the Banff crossings as a guide for new construction projects. Rob Ammett says he works for the Western Transportation Institute at Montana State University. Ammett notes Banff's high quality of design. This includes fencing to direct animals away from roads. Ammett is using his expertise on wildlife crossings for a project in Assam, India. One of the state's highways is on the border of Kaziranga National Park. Animals leave the park to go up a dry hill during monsoon season, Ammett says. That means they have to cross the highway. Plans are in the works for a safe pathway beneath it. Under construction. Wildlife crossings have been built in several U.S. states, including Arizona, Utah, and Wyoming. In Washington State, Garvey Darda is part of the major project. She's helping to design a set of about 20 wildlife crossings. Banff has been the best model for us, she says. Washington's crossings are being built along a 15-mile stretch of Interstate 90, I-90. That's a long highway. This section of I-90 bisects the Cascade Mountain Range. It has disrupted the migration of animals in the area. All 20 crossings are expected to be completed by 2029. So far, 6 underpasses and 1 overpass have been built. Garvey Darda says these crossings have made a difference. We now have close to 5,000 deer and elk going through the undercrossings, she says. All of these animals were potential accidents. This spring, Washington locals can plant vegetation on the I-90 overpass. Garvey Darda says the plants will encourage animals, including her beloved pika, to use the crossings. It's important to be proactive, she says, and not wait until a species is endangered. By Rebecca Mordecai. Roadway risk. Read Safe Travels from March 13th, 2020. Use the map below to analyze the likelihood of an animal collision in each state. Then answer the questions below. Number 1. Create a key. Color the map to indicate states that are high, medium, and low risk for animal collisions. 2. Which state has the highest risk of animal collisions? 3. Which 3 states have the lowest risk of animal collisions? 4. How likely is it for a person to be hit by an animal in your state? How likely is it for a person to hit an animal in your state? Challenge. Look up landform maps, population maps, and or road maps and try to identify potential causes of the risk in each state. Explain your conclusions.
Okay, so now that you've read the article, go ahead and complete this worksheet. There's a few questions on the bottom, and it's going to involve some coloring too. So grab your colored pencils, your crayons, whatever you'd like, and follow along these questions, complete this worksheet, and then hold it up and have a nice clear picture and submit it to Seesaw. Have fun.